We are here in Korea. We're in Seoul, Korea. I've wanted to come here since I started doing the show. We are ready to go to what I think is my favorite place to eat. The single best place for Korean street food in all of Seoul. Gwangjang Market to me is one of the most intense, hectic, and really rewarding experiences you can have as soon as you land in Korea. To me, it's the place that I like to come and feel grounded and be reminded that this is Korea. The way that it looks, the way that it feels, the way that it smells. When you see the food, the vendors, it is such a complete experience. The market itself is over 100 years old, survived the Korean War, and it's such a contrast to Korea as a whole, which is such a technological and economic engine. It's a marvel. So some of the things that we're gonna eat here are like the classics of Korean street food. We're gonna have knife-cut noodles in this beautiful anchovy broth. We're gonna have some boiled mandoo or dumplings, and we're gonna have what I think is one of the most amazing specialties that you can find anywhere in Korea. Honestly, it's mind-blowing. You can see the piles of the dumplings. Like when I come to Gwangjang Market, I especially like the noodles and dumplings. To me, they remind me of food that my grandma would make. The cook here has literally made tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dumplings in her life. There's two different kinds of mandoo here. So they have a meat one right here. That's the one that's clearly not pink. And that one's the kimchi one. If you come here and you're sneezy, it's not a good place to sit. So she kind of gave me this dipping sauce for the mandoo, and it's a combination of gochugaru or Korean chili flakes, soy sauce, some chilies in there, a bunch of just all little good stuff that's gonna make every bite of your mandoo amazing. Korean dumplings are unique. They're a little bit larger, and you can see that they don't have the beautiful crimp of like a Chinese dumpling. But what it lacks in style, it makes up for in flavor. The inside is full of chopped or minced ground beef, some tofu, scallions. It's not overwhelming in flavor. It's not like, but with the dumpling wrapper, it like becomes just one bite. It just like this one food thing. Korean knife-cut noodles. They make the dough from scratch. They're cutting it with a knife. You see the unevenness of the actual noodles. It's that rusticness, that rustic flavor that really gives it that home-style feel. Oh yeah, this one's definitely heavy in anchovy. A really common base for Korean soups. Definitely a strong flavor of seaweed. Oh. I'm crying right now. And this is actually because it's delicious. It's perfect. It's so perfect. The noodle texture is so fantastic. To me, almost resembles the kind of udon-ness, right? So if you've had udon noodles, it's a little bit thicker, it's got a nice bite. It's certainly not chewy. It's easy to eat. Slight bounce in there to remind you that this is good stuff. You have this scallion and chili sauce that you can add on if you really want. You can like turbocharge your broth like that. This is just heaven to me. Like, this is all I need, This is some mandoo, some kalguksu, and some motorcycle exhaust. I feel like I'm back in Korea. So mayak is like drug, and apparently the drug part of it is actually this hot mustard dipping sauce. So these kimbap, they pretty much have carrot and also pickled daikon radish. So let's dip it. Oh, I just cleaned out my nasal passages. So we're in the middle of this market right here. This is sort of the hub. There's sort of a bunch of spokes that go out, and this is the middle of the market. You can see that this is where the center of the action is. You're seeing mung beans being ground. People are cooking. Pots are boiling. You're smelling things getting fried. You're hearing people shouting out and barking and trying to get you to, buy their food. It's just this overall like amazing experience of soaking in and hearing and smelling everything that is Korea. To me, this is the main event. It's in the center of the market. This is really where you're starting to see multiple bindaetteok vendors. This is what I want. See the golden brown pucks of just amazing carbs. I mean, it's intoxicating just to be here. I love the mills, you know, that are just grinding up the mung beans fresh and how it like spills out of the side. It's just so like oozy and satisfying. This is beautiful stacks. I just want to like take one home. It is one of the actually oldest recorded Korean dishes. It's from the 1600s. And interestingly enough, you can see the cognate between Chinese and Korean because bindaetteok was originally called bingja. Bing is a Chinese word for pancake. So that's why you're kind of seeing it slightly shifted. Look how thick it is. This is probably twice as thick as your standard issue bindaetteok. What's marvelous about the ones here is how well they're fried. It holds together. It's just shatteringly crisp. I mean, you hear that? So there's bean sprouts in here. They have some aromatics like not scallions, but really this is freshly ground mung beans. And all you do is just dip it in this super simple soy with raw onion sauce. It's so legit. So this one is actually a little more traditional seeming just because it's got the flecks of the green onion in there and you get green onion pieces. Wow. A tinge like okonomiyaki, that kind of vibe is what you're getting with this meat, the meat-filled chun. And it's delicious. I mean, it's super good. It's sort of like a chickpea cornmeal type thing, right? Because the mung beans are ground with the stone mill. There's a little bit of texture to them. It gets really nicely fried on the outside. But the inside is still a little gooey. I mean, not quite like uncooked. It just makes me happy. To me, is such a definitive Korean street food. And I really think that this is the best place that you can get it anywhere in Korea. It's so loud in here, like with all the motorcycles and the guys barking things and the people, but I love it. I love that sensory experience. It's so grounding to come here. You know, this said it's like a living museum that's still standing here and represents a time and a place in Korean culture and in Korean history. Best first impression of Korea could make on itself. And that's what this is. Thanks so much for watching K-Town, and if you want to see more episodes, click right here.